Hey guys, PaulPer here, the Sniper with Skills, and welcome back to day 7 of VidTober. Today, it's another episode of TF2 loadout review, and as you can see by the screen, we'll be featuring my engineer loadouts. My primary use of the engineer is the combat engineer, where I focus more on pushing than staying back and building defenses. So, for this loadout, I utilize the PaulPer 6000, the Frontier Justice, and occasionally the Rescue Ranger, but more importantly I use the Frontier Justice and the PaulPer 6000. My secondary is usually a pistol, or the Luger Morph. And my melee weapon switches between the Gunslinger and the Jag, once again depending on the situation. I also have managed to get a strange construction PDA, which is pretty awesome. Now, when I play engineer, you may think that with my spy checking abilities, I'd be perfect. I'm not always perfect. Sometimes I do get backstabbed, I do get sniped. Now, what I usually do is I try and place my sentries in strategic spots, where players aren't usually going to be instantly, so it's more of a little bit of a surprise. Like down here, so they're already past the corner, and so they're gonna have a harder time to react and attack the mini sentry. And like I said, I go on alternate routes than the main objective in order to try and get behind enemy lines or get closer to get further forward in the objective for the map, and place down a mini sentry, even though that one just got destroyed instantly from the soldier's random rocket. And I set up a base if I have time. On maps like Badwater, I wait a little bit. I didn't build anything yet. I try to push a little bit more further, get the next point, and place down a teleporter. When you're using mini sentries, sometimes it's more effective to use the Frontier Justice because it can get quick kills and then you get a few mini crits. But at the same time, it can be a little bit of an issue. Here my spy checking prowess kicks in and I try to save the sniper. And I think we did. So we're about to capture that point. Our spawn's about to be pushed forward, so I see a sniper has a bow. I shoot a few PaulPer shots. They actually like the arrow, so he gets the burning effect. And then I step back and I set up my teleporter. But I don't retreat and place the entrance just yet. I stay at the front and I try to get a few more hits off before I die. And when I die, I place down the teleporter. So that's a little bit of a twist to my gameplay style. It may or may not cost some rounds for me. And when I'm playing as a combat NG, I pick my fights. Like you're about to see. I see a heavy, I break out the gunslinger, and 2-punch him. Don't even get to the 3rd punch crit kill. So, like I was saying, the Frontier Justice with its mini crit feature is very useful, because your sentry gets a few hits, you get your crits. The PaulPer's perks are also very useful. It drains metagun charge, so oh, I'm about to drop an Uber. No, you're not. Oh, you're a spy, I'm spy checking you with the PaulPer? You're losing your cloak. If you go invisible, you're gonna become revisible quicker. It does less damage to buildings, though, and it has a smaller clip size, but no ammo is needed. And it cannot be deflected, so it's good to deter pyros. Like, I've approached an enemy pyro with a PaulPer, and they retreat. So, as you can see, now my teleporter's up because I died. And I think I succumb to a sniper pretty soon. I forgot if this is when we win or not. But yeah, that's how I use the Thompson, more importantly, for the combat NG loadout. When I use the Jag, also this, I get a hit on him, and then we both die from the explosion. Alright, so when I use the Jag is pretty much the go-to engineer weapon besides the Gunslinger currently because of the construction speed hit boost and the faster firing speed, despite the repair rate cost and the damage decrease. So I switch over to my other loadout, and I get ready for the next round. Now this round does not go according to plan. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's as you see, I usually switch teams to the blue team. I like doing more of an offensive push than a defense thing. It's weird. So at this point in the round, I've noticed that they have a sentry up. So I'm guessing they also have a teleporter up. So I try a little bit of a trick. I go down here and I try building a teleporter. Instead of a sentry, I didn't have enough metal for a sentry, and I had the idea, hey, this might work. But then classes find me. And my sentry goes down, and a rocket hits me. So sometimes I do pick the wrong spot for builds. Sometimes I pick really good spots. At this point in the video, after that quick death, I tried switching back to the mini-sentry combat engineer with the Frontier Justice, only to be killed by an enemy sentry. So I decided, you know what? Time to break out the Rescue Ranger. At this point in the round, I figured out I don't think we're gonna win this round. So I try a little bit more drastic offensive pushing, or just I try to get a few shots off to try and weaken the enemy, and I decide, you know what, back to the Thompson. In case they're building an Uber, let's drain the Uber so they don't Uber defend the point. At this point, I also realized there was a spy, got the spy, and yeah, we try and start the push. I place down a mini sentry, and it does not make it, and I do not make it either. So yeah, when I play Combat NG, sometimes, like I said, I make good and bad decisions. And whenever you play TF2, you win some rounds, you lose some rounds. Sometimes teams are really well organized, sometimes they aren't the perfect setup. And sometimes you get shot by the snipers. So guys, I try the final push. I place down my mini sentry and I start just shooting, and I get hit and I died. And we did not win the round. So guys, I'm gonna call that there. Thank you all for watching. If you're excited for the the next exciting episode of TF2 Loadout Review. Let me know down below in the comments who you think's gonna be next. So guys, thank you all for watching. My name is PaulPer_TF2, the sniper with skills, and I will see you later, my fellow mercs. Bye!